We've pulled the chipper shredder out of the crate. Looks like we have a few handles and some wheels and tires to assemble, and that may be all there is to putting it together. So let's clean this mess up, and then we'll start on the final assembly. According to the manual, the first step of assembly is to mount the rims and the tires. So there was some protective paper over the axle here, so we pulled that off. Basically it says to add a washer and a cotter pin. Using a pair of needle nose pliers. Basically bend up the cotter pin and gently tap the, split the cotter pin. And tap the cotter pin in place so it's secure. And let's do the same thing to the other side. And second wheel is installed. After mounting the wheels, we have to mount the front stand to hold the chipper shredder up into an even position. If you have another person around, that would be good. They can apply some pressure to the rear of the chipper shredder and tilt it back while you bolt on the stand. Another way that you can do it is inside the shipping crate. There was a block of some plywood that was nailed together. And as you see here at the very bottom between the wheels, I've placed that small shipping block underneath the shroud between the wheels of the chipper shredder. This will hold it up into position while I can use both of my hands to bolt the front stand to the chipper shredder. Let's take a look at the hardware that we're going to need to do this. We have the front stand. It was wrapped in bubble wrap. We have the 4 long bolts. The manual refers to these as shock absorbers. Basically some fairly hard plastic discs, about 1/2 inch thick. 4 flat washers, 4 lock washers, and 4 nylon inserted lock nuts. The instructions indicate that the bolts go through first, like so. Then the shock absorber, the flat washer, and then that goes up through the base of the motor, and then you have the lock washer and the lock nut. So let's go ahead and put those on. Let's move the camera to the side so you can see what it looks like to mount the lock washers and the nuts. Okay, let's go get a couple wrenches and we'll tighten these nuts and bolts down.